Welcome to the Business Happy Hour with your hosts, Frank Coto from Lincoln Lending Group, Ryan Pelky from TampaBay Plumbers, and Doug Ford with Suncoast Roofing Solutions on 970 WFLA. These three business owners will teach you how to work to live it up, not live to work. Now sit back, grab a cold one if you have one, and get ready for some serious business talk with three hilariously serious business owners. Now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Coto.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. We hope you guys are having a great week. If it's Sunday morning, I hope you're waking up to a beautiful day. God knows there's no more hurricanes coming our way. At least I don't think there are.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Not yet, at least. That's right. So in studio today, Mr. Doug is gone, but we replaced him with something much better looking, I'd like to say.
Yeah, no question.
And Doug, this could become permanent. So just
enjoy your time in D.C., dog.
Yeah, enjoy it. I'm sure you're having a great time up there. So, so your host, Frank Coto, president of Lincoln Lending Group and 813 Mortgage. Hope you guys are having a great day. We're going to talk about some of the hurricane products we've got available for you guys coming up later in the show. And, of course, my incredible co-host, Ryan Pelky, the owner of 813 Plumber. How you doing, Ryan?
Wonderful. Another day in paradise.
It sure
as
is,
usual.
man. It sure is.
I'm a little full. That breakfast we just had was extravagant.
Yeah, we had a late breakfast, actually. We told the server we'd give her a shout-out as well. Taylor, right?
Taylor had another broken egg.
Another broken egg, Taylor. Yep, that good place on Southdale Mabry.
I couldn't believe how good it was. Actually, their menu was awesome, and just probably the best breakfast joint I've been to in a while.
Absolutely, I might drive 40 minutes to eat there, all the way from Odessa.
Only when we do the show. Only when
I do the show.
Yeah.
But it was good. Yeah, they had some carrot cake pancakes. So Teresa's probably frowning on everything we're saying right now.
I hate that stuff.
All right.
I call it a Happy Meal.
Happy Meal. That's it. Do you get a little toy? Do we get a little toy with it? No. But in studio, we've got Theresa Depasquale, right? Is that how we say
Depasquale,
it?
yeah.
Depasquale.
That's close.
Okay, close enough.
It's always a good opener. Breaks
Better
the
than
ice.
I would have done.
Yeah, Theresa Depasquale. All right. And she is, I've done a little research on her. I think you guys will enjoy her as a guest. You are the Bikini Boss Theresa.
That's me.
That's awesome.
That's my stage name.
That's your stage name. Really, mine's Pancake. It's kind of weird.
Right. You got to keep up with the dad bod.
Polly Pancakes.
Yeah, but don't let me forget during the show. We're gonna get serious on a little bit of news and stuff, but I would want to ask about the dad bob. I have $1 million invention. Now it's totally the opposite of where you're going with this. Okay. But Ryan knows exactly what it is. Anyway, so yeah, Theresa, if you check her out on Instagram, I believe, isn't it Bikini Boss Theresa on Instagram?
With an H. Yep.
With an H. That's right. THERESA. Some funny things. I was looking online. You're called a mompreneur.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a cool little tagline.
Yeah, it's for people that have kids and try to juggle it all.
Yeah, and don't mom is probably the hardest job there is. So
totally
throw some of these other
and
regular
then being
jobs.
an entrepreneur, so it's like always that,
always
trying to balance everything at one time.
Always grinding, always momming, always shuffling. I love it. So in the show, what we usually do, Theresa, is we like to do some current events, some local things. We do a little bit of politics here and there.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this: you're welcome to chime in any way, shape, or form. Doug usually sits right there.
Okay.
And he's usually the dissenting viewpoint. So you don't have to be the dissenting viewpoint, but
this may be fun.
It could be a lot of fun. Listeners.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to agree with us. That's for sure.
Okay, cool.
It's almost more fun if you don't. That's why we have Doug, right? Right, Doug? Right. Maybe he's not calling in today. I think he's calling in next time. So anyway, we'll go into some recent things. Hurricanes is on everybody's mind right now. We all survived Irma, did pretty well in the state of Florida for the most part. And then you got this Maria.
Yeah, big time damage to Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And I think that the Turks and Caicos right now are getting it real bad.
Yep, absolutely. But Puerto Rico, if you haven't seen some of those pictures, guys, I mean, most of that country was without power.
I heard all of it, 100%.
No, but what I'm saying is before Maria hit, they were without. I mean, can you guys imagine being without power and then getting hit with a hurricane? I mean, some of the pictures where the roads were literally rivers. Halfway up to the roof line of the houses. I mean, just incredible damage. It could be months before that.
I bet you years.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, just for power, they're saying months.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. They got to put that power grid underground over there.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of GoFundMe pages. There's a lot of direct things that you guys can do. Lincoln Lending donated to a couple of those. But it's terrible over there, guys. So if you do have any available cash or time or anything you can do, definitely think about the people of Puerto Rico. It is absolutely terrible. And like Ryan said, it's going through other spots as well that we need to support. So speaking real quick about hurricanes, not to turn this into an ad, but there are a couple things that are available for you as a homeowner or even as a renter if you were affected by Irma and really any hurricane coming up. There's two things. If you lost your house, whether you were a renter living in an apartment or renting from an individual, or even if you own a house, if you cannot live in your residence because of the storm, there is an FHA loan that they are waiving the down payment on. So normally it's 3.5% on FHA. It's zero down. It's 100% awesome. Financing on the FHA loan. Oh. So it's great for people who are affected. Now you have to be legitimately affected and displaced. Mm-hmm. If let's say you just had some damage on your house and you need help repairing it, there's a Fannie Mae loan where you can get $15,000 cash out on your mortgage without all the rate hits for cash out, so there's no negative effect on you as a homeowner, but it is a regular refinance. And then Gary's looking at me, and then he's like, "Where is my loan?"
No, I was so thinking about when you said legit, and I was like, "Man, I got a water hose." Wow, a blower. I can make it look like a hurricane.
Gary, there was no flooding in your neighborhood. Okay,
I'm 130. We're out in Dade City, and I'm 136 feet above everybody.
Yeah, I don't even think FEMA would fall for that one.
No, and they fall for a lot. But so and then, I can't even think. And then also, if you are in financial hurt and you have an existing mortgage but you are not displaced, you can call your mortgage company, your servicer directly, and ask for a forbearance. Most lenders right now are granting 3 months. To people, which basically means they're just going to take that those 3 months of payments and they're going to tack it onto the end of your mortgage. So you're still going to pay it, but it does give you a little bit of assistance in a short time. So take advantage of those things, guys. There's nothing wrong with it.
Another thing you can do as business owners, you can call all of your long-term debt holders, and you can ask for a forbearance as well. All your auto loans, any truck payments, any kind of equipment that you might have, you can get all that stuff pushed out a couple months also. I know a lot of companies here weren't directly impacted as far as damage goes, but Tampa Bay Plumbers does business with companies all over the state. A lot of our customers just now are getting their power restored.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So they couldn't even cut us checks.
Right.
Their printers were down.
Yeah.
So a lot of businesses suffered a lot of financial cash flow issues from it. So you can easily get those payments pushed back to the back.
Right, and a lot of businesses are not. They're going to start feeling the effects coming up right now. I mean, I know with my company we shut down for an entire week. So I mean, that's literally a full week's worth of revenue gone. And in the real estate industry, everything's coming back so slow right now after the storms. I mean, we're probably going to be a solid month down. So we may not feel it for till next month. And at that time, you never know. You might have to make a call. But don't be embarrassed to make the call, guys. There are people out there helping. Everybody is definitely sticking together on these things. Gary, what you got? I
know Teresa's got. You guys are doing that hospital clinic in Jamaica?
Oh yeah, they're working on it, but it's there's a lot of stuff involved. So like right now we got the government clearance, and then we have to wait for the insurance companies to come in, and then the last part will be actually opening up the office.
So what is it?
So we went, my husband does stem cell therapy. They have integrative medical offices where they do like mainly stem cell therapy.
Okay.
And so we went to Jamaica and actually took part in this show called Reversed on Discovery Life Channel. And it was all about, it was actually Bob Marley's nephew. He's a producer and creator, and he got diagnosed with diabetes and became like a big advocate for it. My husband treated him, we reversed it, and so he was obsessed with this, so he had us come out. And my husband was the doctor, I was a fitness trainer, and they had a nutritionist, a life coach, and basically the goal of the show was to like reverse their thinking on health and that they can control their health and all that kind of good stuff. And so we had such a great turnout from the show that basically they want us to come back, and we're talking about opening up like a wellness retreat and a actual cancer and stem cell like research institute in Jamaica.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it's
it's really
be
cool.
One of a kind
at the university
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So a stem cell doctor. Ryan and I are big supporters of stem cell research and
big
whatnot.
time.
It's amazing. I mean, people just don't know a lot about it. Like every time I talk to someone, they're so misinformed.
Right.
Like they still think like people think PRP is stem cell. It's not the case. Right. And then there's different ways to do stem cell, which it's like a whole other conversation we could have. But yeah, I mean, like it's really evolved a lot over the last, I'd say 10 to 20 years. And so now, I mean, not only is there safe ways to do it, because before you have to use a carcinogen to extract the stem cells, so it's kind of like defeating the
bad
purpose.
for the good, right?
Exactly. But now, like the way that my husband does it, there's like a certain method that's completely safe, and they harvest like, I think they yield like 4 or 5 times more, like million more than the old conventional way. So it's pretty cool. It's evolved a lot.
Now you have kids, the mompreneur.
2. Yeah.
2. Okay, I have 2 as well. Did you do the cord blood?
I didn't know.
You didn't do that.
That's not as
But you're like, my husband's a stem cell doctor. He'll just
totally
build him a
different.
finger.
We do
if he needs to.
adipose tissue, adipose-derived stem cells.
Okay, okay.
So the cord blood, doesn't yield that many.
Got it.
I mean, I don't know what they charge for it. I could imagine they charge a lot, but we never did it.
Got it.
So,
Yeah. Well, you got a doctor who creates stem cells. So
yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
you're gonna be
And you know
okay.
what's really cool actually is like you can take yours or whoever's, and when you biowash it, like there's no markers on it, so you could give it to your mom or your kids or anything.
Like Ryan could give it to me.
Literally,
even though we're
once
not
you
family?
wash it, you can you take the. I don't know the actual terminology because I'm obviously not a physician that does stem cell. But basically, you can I could give mine to my grandma, or you know what I mean, if she can't get them, or it's so cool. Yeah.
You can wash stem cells now. I'm thinking like soap and water. No,
it's like this whole chemical wash that it takes, like, because you know how you can't put somebody else's cells in your body without having, like some kind of a crazy reaction. They have like a patented wash they wash it with, and you could literally inject it in anybody.
I think that's what they used on Hillary Clinton's servers.
Yeah, that is exactly what they used. I think. I know. Where are the symbols? That was a good one. So you guys are listening to the Business Happy Hour here on 970. We're going to take a break in just a second and be back with Theresa Depasquale, right? Depasquale?
Depasquale.
Depasquale.
Well done, Frank.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good over here.
Very impressed.
It only took like 7 tries. But when we get back, we're going to talk about Trump and the NATO speech and how there's 2 totally different sides of opinion on that. Surprise, surprise. Very pro-America speech. And then we're going to go into Berkeley. I think Berkeley is actually wising up and starting to make some good decisions. So we're going to talk about the higher education over at Berkeley and maybe a little bit about our friends Antifa and whatever. And that's about it. And we'll be back in just a minute with Theresa Depasquale and Ryan Pelky, Frank Coto on the Business Happy Hour. Missing Doug Ford today with Suncoast Roofing. We'll be back in just a minute. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at TampaBay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The 2 symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for TampaBay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online, look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
You have been listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's going fast as usual. So I told you we were going to go into Trump's speech just for a minute. If you guys didn't see it the other night, he spoke at NATO for the first time. Quite an interesting speech, probably more presidential than a lot of people thought it was going to be, but a little Trump-esque. He did call Kim Jong Rocket Man again, so you know.
Well, I thought that was hilarious.
That was pretty funny. Not all that presidential, but pretty funny. Pretty funny there. The speech got very mixed reviews. Interestingly enough, Republicans and Independents were very positive on the speech, and Democrats were quite negative.
Well, at least the media, the Democratic media, was very negative on it.
That's true.
I saw a lot of people on Facebook and social media that had a lot of the very favorable comments on him.
Yeah. Well, the speech was very pro-America, and I think it's been a long time since any of our leaders have stepped up and actually separated us from the global economy and global society that we're living in now and said that we're going to focus on America, talking about our trade deals and making sure that they actually benefit our country, not the rest of the world, which to me was a bit of a breath of fresh air. Any other thoughts on that, Ryan?
I thought it was cool that he actually said, he said that the United States is willing to pull out of NATO completely if NATO does not produce more results. He wants results, and right now we're not getting them.
So that was the part, if you look at the ratings tracker, that was the part I think that got the most positive accolade from the Democrats, is when he stood up talking about how I think we pay 22% of the NATO budget, and we're one of, 170 countries in NATO. And he made a point that I thought was very favorable, where he said, it's not that we mind spending the money, but the money has to be worth it. Things have to happen if you're going to spend the money, which, that makes sense in any business, right? Exactly.
And that's why I think Trump, so many people can identify with the things that he says, because it just makes common sense, Yeah. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get a value for your money.
So speaking of common sense, let's move over to Berkeley. Okay, Berkeley, I thought for a while, Theresa laughs, I thought they had common sense. They're one of the best colleges in the country, right? And then recently they lost their common sense completely, in my opinion. And then they actually seemed to gain it back when Shapiro went and spoke over there. Are you familiar with who Ben Shapiro is?
I think so.
Yeah. So
I'm going to be honest. I try not to watch the news as much as possible.
Do you mean because you try to stay positive?
Yes. I just made a post on Facebook the other day, and it was like, car accident, child was kidnapped, natural disaster, flood, rape, burn. I'm like, okay, there you go. I gave you the news update. You don't have to watch the news. Literally, that's it. I'm like, it's just so terrible. So
how about with these Amber Alerts these days? Did you guys get the ones yesterday?
I get them on my phone.
Yeah. So it's funny. I was on a crowd yesterday, and apparently one went through for like some children or something like that. They got, maybe it was 2 days ago. It was insane. All the phones that went off, it was
because it's like a alarm.
Everybody gets
my kids were like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's just the amber alert. Relax."
Yeah, it happened with my wife when she was putting the kids to bed, and they were like right asleep, and then it goes off, and then she's like, "Oh no, children!" The kids are like, "What happened to the children?"
I mean, I get it's a good thing. God forbid anything ever happened to your kids, but
no, it is a good thing for that.
Of course,
it really is. But
I can imagine that
the Shapiro guy. I mean, I'm not surprised you don't know who he is because a lot of people don't really know who he is.
Yeah.
He's not, a big crazy conservative. He's no Milo or
he
whatever.
Was the editor for Breitbart.com, I think, for a while, and he's just a conservative news commentator. Very, very smart guy.
Super
very smart guy.
Yeah. So his speech, if you didn't watch it, you probably should tune in and watch it. It was quite good. He called out the left and the Antifa movement, which I have to say. I was very proud of Berkeley and the surrounding city where they did spend money and they told the police
$600,000.
Yeah, $600,000 probably could have gone to something better.
Yeah,
maybe hurricane relief. But they spent the money on the police and they told the police that they could use whatever force was necessary. They could use tear gas and things like that if they had to, pepper spray, and they also said no masks. And that's the part I really liked because there's nothing wrong with protesting. Everybody in this country should have a voice.
Right.
Okay. And we believe that the only speech that truly should be protected is the speech that people don't want to hear. So whether it's the left or the right, that's what the First Amendment is for. It's to protect the speech that you don't necessarily agree with. Because if everybody agreed, why would we have the First Amendment? Right?
You know what's funny though? The vast majority of Democrats in California, which is most of the people in California, they disagree with all forms of free speech. They've become that they're okay with censoring it.
And that's a very, very, very slippery slope.
It is.
So you can't do that.
Ben Shapiro's not even scary. He's like 5'2" Jewish man.
Yeah.
He wears a little thing on his head.
Yeah.
And he's not scary at all.
No.
He just talks
probably weigh
about
160 when he's wet.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. But it costs $600,000 to
protect him.
Protect him.
So you're saying I could squat him?
No. Oh, you could definitely squat him.
You could do like a set of 100 with him.
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna totally deviate. Okay, with Theresa's comment there. If I might try to pull this video up, my wife will kill me if I show this video online. But my wife and her sister are both very athletic and they're into nutrition and working out and things like that. Mm-hmm. And her sister, younger sister without kids, is more fit. Okay, and she's become quite strong. And one day we're at the house and she made some joke. She's like, "Yeah, I could probably squat you." I'm talking to my wife, and I'm like, "Do it."
She literally did.
Put her on her shoulder, and Lauren only weighs what do you think Lauren weighs? 110, maybe. You know what I mean, something like that. But very well fit, and she squatted Nicole. I put it on video and everything.
That's awesome.
3 full squats with her on her back, and I'm like, oh my god,
that's cool. Yeah. I saw she got engaged, by the way.
She did. Congratulations, Lauren, if you're listening. Yep, she did get engaged to a wonderful guy. We all like him, so it's going to be a great addition to the family, I think. But keep squatting your sister. Just don't squat your fiance. That might not go over well.
I could probably squat my husband too. I'm not going to lie.
Would he let you squat him? That's the question.
No, probably not. That might be a little awkward.
It's a little awkward, For me,
don't tell anyone.
No, don't tell anybody if you ever.
Yeah, I was doing Olympic lifting last year, and I was like, I think I got up to 250, and he's like, this is getting a little awkward. He's like, my wife squats double than I do. I'm like, yeah.
And how tall are you too? You're quite
5'10".
tall. 5'10". So I mean,
I'm tall. I'm very strong.
Physics, right?
Yeah.
I think physics would make it even harder. I mean, you're taller. It's just like you have to go farther.
It does.
With the squat.
It definitely does. I was actually just trying to educate my son on that because he's like, what was he saying? He was saying something about pull-ups being easier, and I'm like, no, they're harder because you have longer levers.
Yeah,
so I'm like, it's a lot harder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the power squatters and lifters are usually very short, very thick.
We have a disadvantage. Yeah,
absolutely.
I've always liked doing squats. It's the deadlifts I hate. I've always hated deadlifts.
They're a love-hate with me. I love them, but it's just it's one of those things that you can always improve upon. I've never seen one person that just has the perfect form. It's like the holy grail of fitness is getting the perfect deadlift form.
So in high school, going way back,
30 seconds.
I competed in weightlifting.
Oh, cool.
And I did 290 bench, which was awful for a guy, but my clean and jerk was 290.
Wow, that's good. That's heavy.
That was pretty rare. You could clean as much as you can press. So.
I don't know much about that, but I do know that when we come back from the break with Theresa Depasquale, she's going to deadlift Ryan and then squat him when we're done.
We'll do some lunges around the table.
Lunges, and then she's going to throw him like a javelin across the room.
Kate, that's not true, Kate. That's
You're listening
not true.
to 970. We'll be back in a minute.
Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at Tampa Bay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at TampaPlumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-Plumber. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at TampaPlumber.net or 813-Plumber. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for Tampa Bay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8-star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at TampaPlumber.net or call us at 813-Plumber. I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at TampaPlumber.net or call us at 813-Plumber.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online and look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
You have been listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
So, we're having a little bit too much fun talking with Theresa on the break there, learning about the ins and outs of Facebook and whatnot. And we're going to get into that very shortly. We're going to talk about Theresa's start in the business world, the rise to fame using social media and the books and whatnot. And she's going to maybe give us some tips for our own businesses on what to do and what not to do. And then we're even going to talk about some upcoming social media platforms that could be good for your business that we are going to have to test as well.
Absolutely.
But before that, let's keep in with a couple more fun political things, as everybody likes to hear. How about this global warming thing, Ryan? It's,
my God.
so hot outside.
You know, I saw that Leonardo DiCaprio was quoted as saying something about how he hopes that all these recent powerful storms make Trump kind of reverse course or second guess his decision on the Paris Accord and how global warming is man-made, caused by man. And then it's just funny because I've seen that guy. This is a true story. Unless if someone wants to say that it's not, go ahead. But what I read is that he flew from Los Angeles to Australia to do a shoot.
Okay.
And he needed to get his hair cut. It was either his hair or his eyebrows, one of the two.
Okay.
And so instead of hiring a local Aussie to take care of it, he flew his private jet back to California, got his guy, and then flew him back to Australia. And then, of course, you have to bring him back. So
what does the gas and emissions does that do? Maybe like how much to drive a car around California for a year?
All the cars in California.
Every car for a day. Yeah.
Every car in California. But it's just so it's idiotic to think that that these storms have anything to do with man-made global warming. I mean, in 1930s was about the busiest hurricane season on record.
Right.
We have had a lot of hurricanes in the last 15, 20 years. But I mean, and I think that most climate scientists agree that the climate is changing. I don't think any scientist would argue with that. But the climate has always changed, and we're in the middle of a warming period right now. You got to go back to like 30 years ago, and the big scare was global cooling.
Right.
And that
70s,
was
right?
that was the thing. Like this, we were going to be covered over in an ice age. It's just hysteria, and I think that it's all about money.
Totally.
And I saw some really interesting stuff the other night showing basically how the Earth has an orbit around the sun, and that orbit changes over time. It can be more elliptical, it can be more round, but basically every 100,000 years the orbit changes to the extent that you're going to have periods of warming and periods of cooling.
Right.
Then you also have another phenomenon where the axis of the Earth can slightly change about 2 degrees plus or minus either direction.
Got it.
Okay, so obviously if you're going to be more tilted, that's going to you're going to be melting your polar caps more, right?
Correct. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to have a major effect. If the Earth wasn't at such a tilt, the polar caps are going to freeze over much faster.
It's what I've always said is the problem is that you don't have enough historical data to prove. I mean, the global warming. Of course, what we do in the CFCs and the emissions, of course they have an effect, but they are not the primary cause of this. It's a natural cycle, but nobody wants to take the time to do the long-term research. To figure this out.
Another thing that I thought was interesting is that when you have higher CO2 levels, what grows better?
Plants,
crops.
Right.
So your crop yields increase drastically.
If I'm not mistaken, our crop yields are the highest they've ever been right now.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to go higher and higher and higher. The CO2 levels are really 4 times less than they were in 60 million years ago.
Right.
So we're going to go on. People are going to go on with higher CO2 levels, and I think if anything, I'd rather be in a warmer climate than a colder one.
Sounds good to me. What do you think? Bikini Boss? Warmer or colder climate? Climate, not client.
Is there humidity or no?
Oh man,
how's my hair gonna look? I'm
I'm actually with you on that. Let's pretend medium humidity, warmer or cold.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
I would much rather have beaches than frozen ice caps, or than frozen tundra.
I like both.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Throw some skis on me and I'm good.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I was listening to a climate scientist the other day, and he said, look, if you think that it's a big problem, I have a turtle that I can show you that can migrate from here to Canada in 6 months and then rest the other 99 and a half years that it's going to take for this global warming to occur. and I was like, wow, that's a pretty good point. I mean, people in the history of the Earth's climate, more people die from frigid temperatures than they do from warm temperatures.
Right, totally.
So
always find a little shade.
More crops, more beaches,
I like it.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah. How about that whole thing about California falling off the planet, and we have more beachfront property over there? Nevada?
Yeah. Hey, you know, they want us to secede from the union anyway, right?
I have not heard that yet.
Yeah, well, we've talked. They want us to secede. You know, have you seen the thing where they want to become their own country, California? There's a serious push to do.
Are you serious?
Cal
It's
Exit.
called Cal Exit. It's a very,
wow.
and they're talking. I mean, voting and everything to secede from the union. So we were joking. We were doing math earlier about what is it about all the money they use up for social services and whatnot and welfare. And we were saying, I can't remember the numbers, but it was staggering. It was like 15% of the entire country's welfare comes from California.
At least.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the whole joke was, well, if they exit, that just helps the rest of America, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we were talking about the fault lines and how it could follow the state line, you know. Oh, terrible things. But anyway, so last little joke before we get into some real business here. Joke. Speaking of joke, the Emmys.
Oh my God!
Worst ratings.
No one saw it. So you.
No. Teresa didn't see it. I didn't see it. You didn't see it.
People
Judy
still
didn't see
watch
it.
that. I don't even get excited anymore.
That's what I'm
No.
saying. What is there to be excited about
No.
anymore? A bunch of celebrities patting themselves on the back
Yeah,
and giving
it's-
each other
it's
awards.
not exciting.
Like, no, it's not.
I'd rather
No.
scroll through my Instagram feed.
No, me too.
Exactly. I heard that.
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
I heard that Nicole Kidman kissed her co-star right in front of her husband, and that was the big talk of the
Oh
town.
God.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
Yeah. But
Sounds good.
I think Michael Jordan said it best 20 years ago that Republicans buy sneakers too.
That's right. And basically the point he was making was maybe you shouldn't be so political. You know, on the entertainment side and the business side.
Yeah, it seems to be a problem.
Yep, absolutely it is. Absolutely. So we've had a lot of fun on the show. Now let's have a little more fun, but talk about business. I wanna hear your story, Teresa. How did we start from the top? Where are you
Oh, boy.
from? How did you?
How much
do
time
it?
we got? No, I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
we can. Berlander, can you push the show one extra hour? One extra
Very
hour.
verbose. Well, I mean, I've been in fitness for like the last 13 years. So I used to own some gyms up here and ended up selling that. You know, having kids and running that was just a complete nightmare.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, anytime you have a brick and mortar business, you're married to it. So
Absolutely.
especially if you have members. So sold that, and then ended up getting into competitive fitness, which is like, I don't like to say bodybuilding because I do WBFF, which is more like, it's kind of like a fitness pageant meets bodybuilding.
Okay.
So it's like real glamorous. It's like, have you ever seen the girls with the feathers and the whole thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
but,
we do that.
But they're ripped. at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah. We're super fit. But I got into that. I was terrified of it, and just kind of like, I knew everything about fitness, but I didn't know anything about like that whole area.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to learn, and I don't like being scared of things. So I made myself do it. Became obsessed with it just because my first show I sucked. I was like a deer in headlights. I was like, and I didn't even place. I mean, it was just horrible. I looked terrible, and so obviously I don't like to lose. So
Yeah.
I kept doing it until a couple shows later. I won one of the big shows in Canada
Okay.
and got my pro card.
Okay.
And around the same time, Instagram came out, and it's hilarious because I remember like trying to figure out how to use it, and I was so annoyed, and I was like, God, why don't they freaking give instructions for like, I could not figure it out. So finally, like, I'm like, let me figure out how this thing works. Like literally, this is when it first came out.
Okay.
So I'm like using it. I mean, I was probably like one of the first people on there, and so I started
Number
posting.
0001.
Yeah, seriously, there was not a lot of people back
Nice.
then. And started using it. Started like posting about my story, my journey during all these competitions, and like people were following me, and just kind of like grew this huge following out of nowhere. You know, and I don't want to say out of nowhere because there was a lot of logistics involved in it. Like I'm very good at analyzing and like learning. I learn really quickly, so I learned how to grow my page fast. But the main thing was that people wanted to follow my story.
Okay.
That was the big, you know what I mean? That was the thing. Is like
Yeah.
people were following me and my journey or
There
whatever.
was interest.
Yes. And so fast forward, I started an online business, Bikini Boss Fitness. Actually, back then it was called Bikini Mom Fitness.
Okay.
And just started doing online training programs.
How long ago was this, Bikini Mom Fitness?
This was 2013.
Okay. Okay.
So was that 4 years ago?
Yep.
Almost.
Yeah.
In January, it'll be 4 years. Right?
Yeah.
5.
I'm believing
5
you.
years.
You
Oh
said
my
5, yeah.
gosh. 5 years. Oh my God. Okay. I feel so old.
So it was Bikini Mom Fitness then.
And then Bikini Boss Fitness. So yeah, so I was like coaching girls, developed this whole online business, and kept growing my following. Like I was telling you, I had Instagram marketing pages that I would use to grow my page. So that's how I had this huge share page. I don't know if you remember back. Were you on Instagram back then?
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
No.
so they used to do like follow my friend, da da da, and like we would do all these things and like share each other's pages.
Yeah.
and that's how we
Oh,
grew our
yeah.
pages.
I have seen that happen.
Yeah, nobody does it anymore because it doesn't work anymore, and people are annoyed with it. But back when I was like one of the OGs, so it worked for me. I was like right time, right place. And actually, Kim and Khloe Kardashian followed that squat page. That was like my big claim to fame was the Kardashians followed my page and this
Heck
whole
yeah.
big thing. Yeah, that's when like the whole girl squatting was popular, and I was just in this whole big trend.
Kate Jenner or
And-
Caitlyn follows Ryan's page. It's weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I thought you were serious. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. I'm totally gullible.
No, we're just making sure. Okay. The big fun of Ryan.
I would have believed you. Hey, I had the Kardashians too.
You had the right Kardashians.
You would have had the bump.
Yeah, you would have had the. Dang it! All right, I'll do another one.
I'd be excited if Caitlin followed me.
Yeah, no, it'd be huge. Actually,
yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But so long story short, I just kind of like naturally, organically evolved, and I always knew from the beginning that I wanted to be more than an Instagram model. So that was just kind of like my big goal. Was I use that as a platform. So I think a lot of these girls nowadays like are very short-sighted and they like spam ads on their Instagram page. And, you know, I never did any of that. I only promoted things that I believed in, like only things that I used that I 100% stood behind. Whereas like all these other girls were doing like $500, post my yoga mat or post my tea, or, you know, it's like the joke on Instagram, the detox tea.
Yeah.
I never did any of that stuff. I've always just stayed true to my brand and who I believe in, and kind of built a really big business off that, and then started doing TV. I host a lot of news TV segments.
Okay.
And went to a big PR summit up in New York with my publicist, and it was like kind of like a Shark Tank for PR, and ended up getting on Fox News. So I was on Fox News National, ended up getting a book deal, and so it's just kind of like evolved. It's like one thing after another.
Yeah, we saw that you have your #1 book on Amazon. Is that true? #1 seller on Amazon?
No, not yet. It's not #1 seller yet.
Oh, it's, man, I tell you what, advertising, I saw it online.
Yeah.
I read it. So we're just going to say it's true
maybe
because I read it online, right? Right, we got to take a quick break. When we get back from the break, I want to ask Theresa, how do you start making money from online? That's where it starts. As soon as we get back from the Business Happy Hour in 1 minute.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at TampaBay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including curtain-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for TampaBay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online, look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Sorry, I missed my own intro that time. But all right, so back in the studio with Theresa Depasquale. And by the way, guys, you got to look her up on Instagram. That's the best way to find her. It is Bikini Boss Theresa, Theresa, Bikini Boss Theresa on Instagram. Is the best way to find her. We were just checking out her book on the break, and you can buy that book on Amazon, right, Theresa? Yep,
Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com, and also Barnes and Noble, the store too.
And what's the name of the book?
Boss to Bikini.
Boss to Bikini.
Put it on the
throw it on the screen.
The camera there.
Do we already have it up on there?
I'll pull it up.
We can pull it, but you guys can look in her picture right there on the book. It's a great book. We're gonna get a copy.
Am I in the frame?
Yeah.
You are in the frame. The book is in the frame. That's what we're trying to do.
We're gonna have our signed copies here shortly.
Yes, we are. We absolutely are. So what I wanted to ask, I asked before the break. I want to know at what point using social media do you actually start making money? How does that work?
Well, like I was explaining to you, I mean, I consider myself one of the first people, like fitness models, that were utilizing Instagram in that way. And so once I started developing a following, I knew immediately. I wrote an ebook right away.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, there's something here. You know what I mean? Like, these people are really interested in my story. They want my advice. So I wrote an ebook that was pretty successful, and then I started doing online programs. So I mean, I was monetizing it pretty quickly.
So basically, you just had a bunch of followers,
Yeah.
and then you provided something for the followers to purchase.
Right, but you got to provide a lot of value first. There was a lot of value before that. You know what I mean? Like I was
Right.
providing tips and, you know, motivating them and doing a lot of stuff like that.
Well, I noticed in the back of your book you have a Q&A section. I thought that was really interesting. I only had the book in my hand for 1 minute.
You know what I put that? Because everyone has the same questions when they do my program. So I'm like, why don't I just do the most common questions? So this way, if they're going through, because obviously they don't have me as a coach. And just put that in there so that it answers anything they have.
That's awesome.
Ahead of time, yep.
So pick back up on the story that we took on the break. So I think at that point you had let's see, now you're on Fox National.
Yes.
You did some things there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, we like Fox. If you didn't notice,
I can imagine that you do. Yeah, that's been my biggest new segment to date, which is really cool. And my segment was actually bringing booty back.
Bringing booty back.
So they had me come in and go through. I mean, it was a really good. It was like my story, how I coach girls, and then do like a full booty workout. So that's
awesome.
Last year on
now,
Fox
is this to
National,
trim the
New
booty
York.
down, or is this to bulk the booty up? Because that seems
get
to be
the booty up.
Yeah,
I
we
think
want the big booty.
Yeah, that's been the trend these days.
Yeah.
Is it Jen Seltzer? Is it
Seltzer. Yeah, she's on the Fit Plan app with me. So I just released a new 8-week Bikini Boss Challenge Fit Plan app, and she's one of the other athletes on there with me as well.
Yeah.
Jen Seltzer.
I see these booties in Miami. Half my family's from down there, and I'm like, those cannot be real.
Oh,
Like,
a lot of them are not real.
I know,
It's so
there's
popular now.
implants to people do.
Honestly,
I saw
this is
some
my
the other
take
day.
on it.
Okay.
I don't get mad if they want to get their butt done, whatever, more power to you, but don't frickin' get an ass job. I say ass?
Yeah, no, you can say that.
Whoops.
Good, yeah.
And say that you're a fitness model. Okay, that is like false advertisement. You know what I mean? That's a completely different thing. So I don't care. I don't hate on the girls that have them that just want a big butt.
Sure.
But don't, like, there are certain people, I'm not going to say any names.
Yeah.
starts with a K, last name starts with a K.
Yeah,
they now all of a sudden are fitness people. I'm like, okay, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Like clearly that wasn't built, that was bought.
Lots of money. Lots of money.
And you can tell a difference. So keep going on the story. We got 4.5 minutes left. Tell me more about where did you go from there?
I mean, so I saw the opportunity. I did the ebook, and that went really well. And then I kind of built the online business. Obviously, I had like a sales website, and I did online training, did really well with that. And then as I started to evolve, I got a publicist and started doing more with my personal brand in addition to my business. And I learned really quickly that if you want to be successful with your business, you have to establish yourself as an expert. So I spent a lot of money on my personal brand with the publicist, like doing all these new segments, getting the hosting, writing the book, doing all these things to really build up my personal image and get credibility, which has helped in turn get a lot of opportunities for business, like this Fit Plan app that I'm on and things like that. So
do you do things like the girls can download and they can do workouts, or do you like do it on the TV and they watch you and they follow you?
I have, so I do online training, which is basically, people get confused, but I write the workouts and the diets and I coach them online. So like they do it on their own. So you have to be self-motivated, but I'm there for coaching. So like, let's say they're not getting results. I coach them on it, figure out what's wrong. I ask for squat videos, do assessments and stuff like that. And it just works a lot better for people. Cause like, for example, when I was doing my first show that I was telling you about, I paid $850 to a coach that trained me 3 days a week.
Okay.
And I'll never forget the first day that I was supposed to go train with her. I had to miss my session because my kid shit his pants in the car on the way there, and I'm like, this is not going to work for me. Pooped his pants. And literally, I'm like, this whole in training, like, it's just, I can't go on a schedule like that. Like, I'm a busy mom, I'm working, I have my kids, like, it's not going to happen.
$850 a week or
$850 a month for 3 days a week. Yeah, for coaching.
Lord.
Yeah, and it was like no diet. It was just the training, and I missed I was constantly missing. So I'm like, there has to be a better way to do this.
Absolutely.
And so the online training is great because they go on their own time. It's not like they have to meet me at a gym. It's like I write. It's the same thing as me being there, but they do it whenever they can.
So like I know my wife does like the Payo and all these other different workout things that she's always into in the groups and things like that. Do you have one too? People subscribe and then
I have an app. So I have it's called Fit Plan, but it's like one word, FITPLAN.
Okay.
App, and I'm one of the athletes in there, so I have like my own challenge, and then I have a booty makeover in there as well. I have different workouts.
Nice.
And it's really cool. We just launched a new one. Actually, I have all the details up on my Instagram right now. But it's basically like when you go on, it's all videos. It's me coaching on forum, demonstrating. You can hear me talking. You can time all your stuff. You can track your progress. Everything in the app. It's amazing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's super cheap.
It's called, what is it?
Fit Plan app.
Fit Plan. You can get that at the App Store?
Yeah, Apple App Store.
Okay, guys.
And in Google Play.
So did you make that app, or
No, you partner with them. Yeah, so I have a production partner in LA, and they have, it's basically, without sounding like, it's the top athletes, like, on social media that people want to follow.
You can sound like
it's like the people that have big followings that people really aspire to be. We all have our own workout programs, and so we bring to the table. We basically design the workouts, we put everything together, we go there and film it, and we market it. And Fit Plan produces everything.
Is Yannet Garcia on there as well?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
Well, anyway, so you guys can check it out. So we only have about a minute and a half left. Make sure you guys find Theresa Depasquale, Bikini Boss Theresa on Instagram. The book, again, is called Boss to Bikini.
You got it.
Right? And then Fit Plan is the app that you have to get to find Theresa. Okay, so there's three ways to do it, and we really enjoyed having you on as a guest.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a great story, and I mean, you are a hard-working woman, and a mom too.
Yep.
How old are your kids?
My daughter's 6 and my son's 9.
Okay, so I've got a 5 and an 8.
Yeah,
so I'm right there. So
it
is.
You're getting out of the woods.
Yeah, well, I'm out of one woods and another. I just found out yesterday. My daughter, who's 5, has a boyfriend, and she kissed him.
What?
Okay, yeah, on the cheek, and I found out from his parents.
Oh my God!
So I'm like, okay, that's good. And now my son has a girlfriend, but he won't kiss her with a 10-foot pole, so that's good.
I am not ready for all that yet. My kids are still like, no, they're so embarrassed.
I heard about this actually. I heard about Landon's girlfriend.
Oh, great!
On the way to school today. It's common knowledge now.
Oh man, everybody knows. Yeah. So thanks, buddy. Thanks. Yeah, and my daughter's the one I'm really scared of. But anyway, guys, you listen to the Business Happy Hour. Thanks for tuning in. You're welcome to see us on Facebook and YouTube as well. Listen to us on 970, and thank you so much, Theresa Depasquale, for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, it's been awesome. Fun. Maybe have you in again. You guys have a
for sure.
Great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.